Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. So in today's video, I am going to be doing a spring nail design using dip powders. So I did apply my peel off base coat off camera. Now I'm just applying my gel base coat and curing that for 30 seconds. So I know spring hasn't started as yet, but I wanted to start my spring nail designs a little earlier just because I want you all to have some nail inspo, and I think this nail design turned out really good. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. So yes, I'm just applying the gel base coat. This is a thinner gel base coat that I used to apply to my natural nail and cure for 30 seconds. Now I'm using this thicker gel base coat to apply my nail tips. I am using the 4-in-1 gel base coat from Bellavina, and I am using my full covered square nail tips from Macart. I did pick them out off camera, and I am using my Melody Susie UV LED lamp. This is my favorite UV LED lamp to use to adhere my full covered nail tips. It's really convenient and it's really cool. So I'm just placing some of the gel base coat inside of the nail tip, and then I apply the nail tip to my nail and cure in the lamp for a few seconds. And when I'm finished with all of the nails, I cure in my bigger nail lamp for 30 seconds. Now I'm just going to be filing around the cuticle area to remove any of the buildup of the gel base coat that may have happened when I was applying the nail tips. So I'm just going to be using my cuticle bit around the cuticle area just to remove any of the buildup. Then I'm going in with my hand file and filing the free edge and the sides of the nail, because usually these nail tips needs to be filed a little bit so that you could get the crisp shape that you desire. So I'm doing that to all of the nails. And then I buff the surface of the nails to remove the shine. So I'm going to be starting with Lush, which is this green dip powder from Revel Nail. And I'm going to be using my dip tray and also my ProDip finish gel. This is a dip powder top coat, but I am using it as a dip powder base because you can use dip powder top coat as dip powder base. So I'm starting on the ring nail. I apply the dip powder base to the ring nail, and this is in real time. As always, I like to do some of the nails in real time so that you all can see how slow or how fast I am working. So I apply the dip powder base to the ring nail, and then I pour the Lush dip powder on the nail. Next I tap off the excess, and then I brush off the excess. And basically that's it. I am going in with a second layer just to gain some more opacity because I want this nail to be as opaque as possible. I didn't want it to be too translucent because I am going to be encapsulating some glitters over this nail, so I wanted it to be opaque but not too thick. And as you can see, I am applying the powder base to the whole nail, and when I am at the cuticle area, I make sure to be extra careful so that none of the powder base gets around the cuticle area. Sometimes it still does get around the cuticle area, but for the most part I try my best to be very careful so it does not happen. So this is after the 2 layers and it is opaque enough. Keep in mind this is a light green powder, so the opacity would vary. So I think this is opaque enough for me. Now I'm going in with my activator to harden the nail. I like to do that one time because there isn't no need to wait until I finish the whole nail, because I do think I did apply activator again when I was finished with the whole nail anyway. So it is needed at this point also because I'm going to be encapsulating glitters. I want to harden this part and then encapsulate the glitters on the nail. So I applied the activator and waited for it to harden. Now I'm going in with this nude powder, also from Revel Nail. It's called Ensemble, and I'm going to be doing the same thing on the middle nail, and this is also going to be in real time. So I apply a layer of the powder base, and as you can see, I'm trying my best to be very careful not to apply any of the powder base to the cuticle area, and this all takes practice. Also make sure that the brush doesn't have a lot of product on it when you're going close to the cuticle area. If it does have a lot of product on it, start at the tip area first and then make your way closer to the cuticle area, if that makes sense. Don't start at the cuticle area if there is a lot of product on the brush, because it can flood the cuticle area, and you really don't want that to happen because when you're filing that area it will hurt. So always remember that. So I neatly apply the powder base to the middle nail, and then I pour the nude powder on the middle nail, and I am doing 2 layers on this nail as well because I am going to be encapsulating glitters on this nail. So I wanted this nail to be opaque enough but not too thick. So 2 layers was good enough in order for me to get a very good opacity and for it not to be too thick. And now I'm just going to be applying some activator to the middle nail and waiting for it to harden. Moving on, I'm going to be using this smile line cutter because we are going to be doing some French nails. So I'm just measuring to see which one of the smile line cutters I'm going to be using today. And now I apply some of my powder base to the nail bed area, only to the area where I want my smile line to be. And then I pour the nude powder on the nail. Then I tap off the excess and brush off the excess. And next I am using the smile line cutter just to get the shape of the French smile line that I want. Then I'm going in with a second layer and doing the same thing. I believe I did about 4 or 5 layers of this nude dip powder on the index nail, and this part of the video is sped up just a little bit because I didn't want this video to be ever so long. That's why I sped up this part. So I guess I'm showing you guys how many layers of the nude dip powder was applied to this index nail. And the reason why I applied all these layers is because I wanted the nail bed area to be a little high. Although I will be filing it down a little, I still wanted it to be high so that I can file around it and get a pretty good nail bed area. I guess I don't know how else to explain it. So when I showed a side profile of the nail, you could see a bit of a dip in the nail bed area right there. So right here I am just applying a little more of that dip powder to the nail, and all these layers aren't really necessary right now, but I like to do it like this. Next I am applying activator to harden that nail. Then I'm going to be doing the same thing on the pinky nail. So I just measured the smile line cutter on the pinky nail, and then I'm going in with my dip powder base, and then I pour the nude dip powder. So for this nail, the nail bed area was a bit too short, so off camera I had to redo this nail. So I applied activator to the pinky nail, and I did the thumbnail off camera. So right here I am applying activator to the thumbnail as well, and I just wait for them to harden. Now I'm just going to be filing the smile line of the index nail just to get that crisp smile line. And that is why I wanted to build up this nail, because I wanted to get around the smile line easier. If this nail wasn't built up like it is right here, it would be very difficult for me to get around the smile line, and it wouldn't really work too well. So that's why I like to build up the nail bed area of the French nail just to get that grip to go around the smile line easier. I hope that makes sense. So that's why I built it up. But I think I had to file it down anyway because I didn't want the nail to be that thick. So I filed it down, and it was easy to file down. I didn't have much problems. Now I am going to be using these gold butterflies on the nail, and they are so pretty. And I'm also going to be using my finish gel, which is also my dip powder base, and I'm going to be using some gel base coat. So I apply some gel base coat to my nail palette. This is a gel base coat that you cure in a lamp, and I'm using my finish gel, which is my dip powder base, to apply the glitters. I wanted to do everything with my dip powder liquids today. I could have used my gel base coat to apply the glitters, which would have been so much easier. Oh my goodness, so much easier. But I decided to use everything with the powder liquids today. The only reason I have my gel base coat on the nail palette right there is so that I can pick up the glitters and apply it to the nail. If I had used my dip powder base to pick up the glitter, it would have stuck to the dotting tool, and I really didn't want all that issues because I was already going to have a lot of issues when I am applying the glitters with the powder liquids. So here's what I did. So I apply a small bead of the dip powder base to the nail. Then I am using my dotting tool to pick up one of the glitters and apply it on top of the dip powder liquid on the nail. And then I keep it there for a few seconds just so that it could stick, which was very difficult to do because some of them were not sticking as soon as I apply the glitter to the nail. So I had to use anything that I could find, which was my hand file. I had a hand file laying around, so I used a hand file because that had a larger base, so I could just place the hand file on top of the glitter so that it could stick down pretty well and stick down. Because when you're working with the powder base, some of the points of the butterfly would stick out, so you have to ensure that the whole glitter is sticking down on the nail. That's why I was using the hand file, so that it could allow the whole glitter to stick down on the nail and not have some sticking out. So yeah, that's what I was doing, which was very tedious. So I'm showing a side view, and as you can see, it was not sticking out anywhere, and that was so great. I really liked that. But to make things easier on yourselves, I would recommend using gel base coat to seal down all of your glitters. It's so much easier to use gel base coat instead of using the powder base to seal down your glitters. But I just wanted to use all of my dip powder liquids today to show you guys that it is possible. It is a bit difficult, but it is possible to do. So I'm just doing the same thing on the middle nail as well. Now, after applying all of those glitters, I am going to be encapsulating those nails, and I am going to be encapsulating them with the powder base and clear dip powder and also my activator. So I apply a layer of the dip powder base to the ring nail, and then I pour my clear dip powder And then I'm going to be using activator. The reason I'm using activator in between layers is so that it could maintain the clarity so that the glitters would remain as clear as possible. But also keep in mind, if you're doing that, when you apply your second layer of dip powder base, make sure to wipe the dip powder base brush on a paper towel before applying it back to the base bottle, because when the powder base gets into contact with activator, it would harden the brush. And it did happen to me again. I don't know what I did wrong this time, but it happened again, so that was a bit annoying. So I had to use my brush cleaner in order to clean the brush, but no worries. So I did 3 layers of this clear dip powder on both of my nails. Now I'm going to be using my gel base coat, so I apply some of the gel base coat to my nail palette, and this is a new gel base coat. The other one finished on me. So the reason I'm using gel base coat is because I had to get in those areas of the nail to apply the green dip powder, and if I were to use my dip powder base, it would get all over my skin, and I didn't want that mess. So I wanted to use my gel base coat because it's so much easier to use that, especially when you're trying to get in those corners. So when I applied it to the pinky nail, I then poured the dip powder on the nail, and then I cured for about 5 to 10 seconds in my nail lamp. And I'm going to be doing that for the pinky nail, index nail, and the thumbnail. Luckily, that was the plan before. I knew that it would be very difficult for me to get in those corners of the nail with my dip powder base, so I wanted to use my gel base coat in order to do this section of the nails, which proved to be so much easier and faster. So I'm just going to be doing that. I did a few layers of this green dip powder on these nails. I don't remember how much. It could have been 4 or 5, I'm not sure, but I don't think I showed all of that. So I went ahead and cured that for 10 to 15 seconds. So this is after applying the 3 or 4 layers of the green dip powder to the nails, and I filed the nails off camera, and this is after filing of the nails. Now I'm going to be using this liner gel from Macart. So I placed some on my nail palette, a bit too much I might add. And now I'm going to be using my nail art brush and placing the liner gel around the smile line of the French nails. I had to do 2 layers because the first layer was a little too translucent, so I needed a second layer to gain more opacity. So I'm going to be doing that for the pinky nail, index nail, and the thumbnail, and curing for 30 seconds each time. Now I'm going to be top coating all of the nails with my Macart gel top coat. So this is how the nails are looking. Now I'm just going to be applying my cuticle oil to rehydrate my skin and nails. So guys, this is the finished look. This is my spring inspired nail design using the powders. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. I think it turned out really good. I really love how shiny the glitters are since it's being encapsulated with clear dip powder. Usually when you encapsulate anything with clear dip powder, it doesn't look as shiny as it does right now. So I'm really proud of that. And this nail set turned out really good. I love the French nails as well. I can see some things that I would change, but let's not dwell on the past because I think it looks really good either way. So let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!